This month marked 20 years since the legendary Mac Dre was shot and killed in Kansas City. And if you grew up on his music like a lot of the Bay Area, then you know the impact he left here on the West Coast and beyond.
As I was sitting at his grave, I was just thinking of the impact that he left. I was thinking of what's at the grave now, what's underneath his grave now, but what's underneath doesn't compare to what he left behind.
When you think of the Bay, you think, Mac Dre, just automatically, E40, Too Short, things like that. People that really kind of just, made a name for themselves, but I feel like Mac Dre, he really left something behind.
To some, he's just the rapper behind the Thizzle Dance. But to hip-hop icon Mr. Fab and countless others, he's remembered as a
cultural icon. For being a cultural icon and representing Northern California the way that he did, he was always stood firm on the beliefs that we as a conglomerate can come together and go versus the world. He always spewed that. That was always one of the biggest things that he would say, like, Cuddy, if they gave it to them, they'd give it to us. We just got to organize and put it all together, make good music, and then allow our personalities to break through and shine through.
And allowing his personality to shine is what made him more than just a rapper. He was vlogging, hosting TV shows. Honestly, he was just way ahead of his time.
You're watching Trill TV, hosted by Thizzle Washington.
What's up? What's happening? What is it? Welcome to your first episode of Trill TV. I'm your host, Thizzle Washington.
If you were to describe, his music, in your own words or maybe his own style, what would you describe him as?
Individual. One word would be he was a great individual. His individualism allowed him to be able to do something that some would or once consider corny. Like, yo, that's corny. But it was like, that's corny to you. Like, you know what I mean? That's not, it's what I want to do. So how you going to, and then the confidence to deal with that, the confidence to combat what someone would call corny. But when I saw it, I was like, be different. Have it and have that confidence, have that self-esteem, have pushed through self-esteem to where you're doing something that may be questionably cool.
He was never afraid to put on something random, do his own thing, make up his own style, create his own dance, and everybody loved it.
Mac motherfucking Mac motherfucking Mac motherfucking Mac motherfucking Dre!
Is this a party?
Mac Dre is the motherfucking law.
No, what is this? What is it? What is it? What is it? I mean, what is it? What's you know me. Love the party, I love the body, man. Mac Dre, holla at somebody. I'm rolling with the bumps in the drum, have fun, cause you only live once. See, the other niggas be mean mugging, catch me, MD on the scene bugging, hanging out the hole in my roof, sun, shining off the diamonds in my tooth. Man, I tell you the truth, me rapping to you is like selling you.
That's called the Big Booty Dance
like a
Junior.
pound or a key. Look what they done found.
Big Booty Dance Junior.
A favorite song or album by Mac Dre? You got one?
Favorite song, Not My Job.
Not My Job?
Favorite song by Mac Dre, Not My Job. I mean, outside of, feeling it, Not My Job was crazy just based off the fact of his word pattern. Like, I'm a lyricist and I love lyrics. I love the vibes. I love listening to an artist and being like, man, why didn't I think of that? And there's this one compound rhyme in there to me that would be forever the greatest rhyme ever. He said, the girl asked me to go grocery shop.
Grocery shop. I told her straight up like this.
No sorry, Bob.
That's not my job. I don't do that. I'm a pimp / rapper. I thought you knew that.
And I said, no sirree, Bob. I was just like, that is crazy. Like, how do you rhyme?
Me to come with her to grocery shop. I told her straight up like this.
No sorry, Bob.
Grocery shop with no siree, Bob. Then come back with, that's not my job. That's crazy. Like if you're playing rhyme words or like a Scrabble rhyme pattern, that's crazy.
I know it sounds corny, but honestly, it's one of those things, if you're not from the Bay or you didn't grow up on his music, then you just really wouldn't get it.
You got this stank face, like,
Because once you hear that one line,
do like this. And put a look on my face like I smell some piss. Bounce to the beat till it start to hurt. Then I dust all the smirk off me shirt. Dip to the ground as I catch the bass. Then I wipe all the sweat off me face. Hop back up, then I start to slide. Hop in my collar as I glide. Then I break the thing down and do the bird. Dust myself off like I just told third. Come on everybody, now's the chance. Join the Harlem Shake, it's the Thizzle Dance.
I just wish he would have got a chance to see that 05, 06, how impactful he was. Like, it would have been like, yo, he would have blew his mind. Like, Cuddy, we were really stars, Cuddy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can just imagine that, man. But like I say, man, I'm just thankful and grateful to, you know, at the proximity of where I stood and where I stand today. You know, thankful, appreciative of the game and the lessons that, you know, Dre and his constituents were able to give me. And I just tried to embody things that I could embody and keep moving forward, always putting respect on his legacy and thankful for his creations.
It's been 20 years. A lot of people's music is forgotten about. You know, someone might put out an album and next month you don't even remember that album. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Mac Dre, he's like, you know, he kind of like set the pace for everybody. You know, everybody needs to do that. He is the culture, you know?
What he left behind was much greater, and that's the whole purpose of life, is what you leave behind. You see his legacy in everything. I was in Italy and I was seeing his stickers everywhere. Like, this is worldwide. It's not just here. Like, the impact he left was global.
Kirk out and get mobile and do this thing global. Worldwide, romping, stomping in other nations.
Now in 2024, unfortunately, there are still a lot of questions around his death and who exactly responsible for it. But there's not a single doubt about where he stands in hip-hop history.
Every day there's somebody new that will discover you. There's a new person who may not have heard of Mac Dre. There'll be someone after they watching this interview who may not have heard of him and go back and go dive into some things. And as they discovering the dichotomy of what he represented, you'd be like, wow, this dude was, you know, his legend lives on. And I think it'll always be remembered as someone who embodied Northern California, you know what I'm saying? Vallejo, California, primarily, but that touched
Special
everywhere.
bulletin. I'm your president, Ronald Reagan. If any of you young men from the Bay Area can rap, we need you to do that. Step it up to your full capabilities right now. We're in a war, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I touch a TV, and I don't see none of you guys out there. Step it up. You know what this means? Turn it up a notch. And all you punks that think you can do it and they're in the way, get the fuck out the way so some real men can do it. It's over with.